Praise Master Jesus. I want to thank God for today again. This is Premier School of the Prophet. I come to you in the name of the Lord, the name of the God of the armies of Israel that will be the judge of the living and the dead. We're still looking on our course titled How to Hear from God, or How God Speaks. Today we want to look at the fact that God speaks to us through trances. Trances. T-R-A-N-C-E-S. A trance is, in a trance, you are partly conscious and partly unconscious of your environment. For instance, you can be, Paul fell into, when Peter was, in Acts 10, when Peter was waiting, when he was hungry, he went to the upper room and he was waiting. The Bible says he fell into a trance. Then he saw a sheet descend. I said, Peter, arise, kill and eat. And he said, I've never eaten anything that is unclean. And the voice says, what God has cleansed, do not call unclean. But what God has cleansed, do not call common or uncommon. The point here is, when you are in a trance, you are partly conscious and partly unconscious of the environment. You can have a trance anywhere. It can be in the car, it can be in your house, it can be in your office. It can be anywhere. The point there is that in a trance, you are partly conscious, you are partly unconscious of your environment. Sometimes it might be with your eyes open, sometimes with your eyes closed. Sometimes it might look as if you just dozed, you went into a short sleep. It's not a full sleep like that. A mild sleep, not fully asleep, but partly asleep, partly awake, And the process of it, God reveals something to you, or God speaks to you. When you have such trance, the essence of that trance is for you to have the trance. We have it all through scriptures. Paul to have trances, Peter had, and a host of others. Even in Daniel, the Bible talks about trances there. You see, many times God has revealed things to me in a trance. And believe me, it can be so glaring, it can be so clear. I remember there was a time I sat down in the church and I saw a lady. This lady, I was recommending her to another man for marriage. Unfortunately, I saw her while I was seated in the church there. She was in my front like this. I just fell into a trance. I saw her with a cat. I saw a cat in her hand, meaning that she has the spirit of witchcraft. There was also a time a lady wanted to come and walk with me. And as I sat down and she sat in front of me, I suddenly fell into it. And then I heard a voice that you cannot walk with her. She has the spirit of tantrum. Tantrum. That is extreme outburst of anger. I would say, do not be a friend to a man given to anger. He said, anger lodges in the bosom of fools. So God speaks to us also through trance. Believe me, it can come at any level, it can come at anywhere, it can come at any time. You are partly conscious, you are partly unconscious of your environment. Might look like a nap, might just look like a nap, or a short sleep like that, like a doze, or like you just doze like that. And God will reveal something to you, or God will say something to you. Peter had this in Acts 10, like I told you. He fell into a trance, and God showed him the vision that opened the door to the Gentiles. That was how he eventually went to Cornelius' house. So, beloved, just know that God speaks to his children today in a trance. God bless you. We will meet again tomorrow.